Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most powerful techniques in modern AI, transfer learning. Imagine if you could learn to play the guitar faster because you already know how to play the piano. That's essentially what transfer learning does for AI models. Instead of training a model from scratch, we leverage knowledge from pre-trained models to solve new problems faster and more efficiently. In this video, we'll build a real-world image classifier using transfer learning. We'll take a model trained on millions of images and adapt it to classify our own custom dataset, all with just a few lines of code. By the end of this video, you'll understand not just how to use transfer learning, but why it works so well. So let's get started. So, what exactly is transfer learning? Transfer learning is a machine learning technique where a model developed for one task is reused as the starting point for a model on a second task. It's like using your knowledge of riding a bicycle to learn how to ride a motorcycle faster. Here's the key insight. Deep neural networks learn hierarchical features. The early layers learn basic patterns like edges and textures, while deeper layers learn complex task-specific features. The beautiful thing is, these early layers are often useful across different tasks, so why waste time and computational resources training them from scratch? Transfer learning solves three major problems. First, it requires less training data. Second, it's much faster to train. And third, it often gives better performance, especially when you have limited data. Now, let's understand the mechanics. Transfer learning typically follows two approaches: feature extraction and fine-tuning. In feature extraction, we freeze the base model's layers and only train new layers we add on top. Think of it as using the model as a fixed feature detector. In fine-tuning, we unfreeze some of the pre-trained layers and train them together with the new layers. This allows the model to adapt its learned features to your specific task. The process is straightforward. First, take a pre-trained model, let's say one trained on ImageNet with 1.4 million images. Second, remove the final classification layer. Third, add new layers for your specific task. And finally, train on your dataset. All right, let's get our hands dirty with code. For this example, we'll build a dog breed classifier using transfer learning with ResNet 50. We'll be using TensorFlow and Keras, which make transfer learning incredibly easy. Let's start by importing our libraries. First, we import TensorFlow, the pre-trained model, and our data pre-processing tools. We'll use ResNet 50, which is a 50-layer deep neural network trained on ImageNet. Now, let's load our dataset. For this example, I'm using a dataset of 5 dog breeds: Beagle, Bulldog, German Shepherd, Golden Retriever, and Poodle. Each breed has about 100 images. Here's where the magic happens. We load the ResNet 50 model with weights pre-trained on ImageNet. Notice the key parameters here. Weights equals ImageNet loads the pre-trained weights. Include top equals false removes the final classification layer because ImageNet has 1,000 classes, but we only need 5. The input shape is 224 by 224 by 3. That's the standard size for ResNet 50, RGB images with 224 pixel height and width. Now comes a crucial step. We freeze the base model's layers. This means these layers won't be updated during training. We're using them as fixed feature extractors. Why freeze? Because these layers already know how to detect edges, textures, and basic shapes, features that are useful for any image recognition task. Now, we add our custom layers on top of the base layer. This is where the model learns to distinguish between our specific dog breeds. We use the functional API approach. First, we add a global average pooling layer to convert the feature maps into a single vector. Then, we add a dense layer with 256 neurons and ReLU activation for learning complex patterns. We include a dropout layer with 50% dropout rate. This helps prevent overfitting, which is especially important with smaller datasets. Finally, our output layer has 5 neurons with softmax activation, one for each dog breed. Next, we have the model summary. We have millions of parameters in the base model, but we're only training the final layers. That's the power of transfer learning. Before training, we need to prepare our data properly. This is absolutely critical for transfer learning. We used Image Data Generator for real-time data augmentation. This artificially increases our dataset size by creating modified versions of our images. We apply random rotations, width and height shifts, shearing, zooming, and horizontal flips. This helps the model generalize better and not just memorize the training images. One crucial detail: we use the pre-process input function from ResNet 50. This normalizes our images the exact same way the ImageNet images were normalized during pre-training. Matching this pre-processing is essential. We split our data, 80% for training and 20% for validation. This helps us monitor if the model is overfitting. Time to train. We compile the model with Atom Optimizer and categorical cross-entropy loss. These are standard choices for multi-class classification. Now for the training. Notice we're only training for 10 epochs. With transfer learning, we don't need hundreds of epochs because the model already understands images. We use callbacks. Model checkpoint saves the best model, and reduce LR on plateau reduces the learning rate if the validation loss plateaus. These help us get the best possible performance. Let's look at the training curves. See how the accuracy improves quickly in the first few epochs. That's because we started with a model that already understands visual features. Compare this to training from scratch, which would take 100+ epochs and much more data to reach similar accuracy. This is the efficiency of transfer learning. We can push performance even further with fine-tuning. Remember, we froze all the base model layers initially. Now let's unfreeze some of them. We'll unfreeze the last 20 layers of ResNet 50. We keep the earlier layers frozen because they learn very general features that work across all image tasks. Important: we use a much lower learning rate for fine-tuning, about 10 times smaller. This prevents us from destroying the pre-trained weights with large updates. We trained for 5 more epochs with this lower learning rate. Watch how the validation accuracy improves even more. Fine-tuning is especially powerful when your target task is somewhat different from the pre-training task, but be careful, with very small datasets, it can lead to overfitting. Let's evaluate our model. We test it on images it has never seen before. Our final model achieves 94% accuracy on the validation set. And remember, we only used about 100 images per breed. Training from scratch would need thousands of images to reach this accuracy. Before we wrap up, let me share some crucial tips for successful transfer learning. Tip number 1: choose the right pre-trained model. If you're working with medical images, a model pre-trained on ImageNet might not be as good as one pre-trained on medical data. Match your domains when possible. Tip 2: freeze more layers with smaller datasets and fewer layers with larger datasets. If you have less than 1,000 images, stick to feature extraction. With 10,000+ images, try fine-tuning. Tip 3: always match the pre-processing. Use the exact same pre-processing function that was used during pre-training. This is often overlooked but super important. Tip 4: monitor your validation metrics closely. If training accuracy is great but validation is poor, you're overfitting. Add more dropout or data augmentation. And finally, tip 5: start with a low learning rate, especially for fine-tuning. You want to adapt the pre-trained weights gently, not obliterate them. And there you have it. We've gone from 0 to a highly accurate image classifier using transfer learning. Let's recap what we covered. We understood what transfer learning is and why it's so powerful. We explored how it works with feature extraction and fine-tuning, and we built a complete real-world classifier from scratch. The best part? You can apply this exact same approach to countless problems: medical image diagnosis, plant disease detection, product quality inspection, facial expression recognition. The possibilities are endless. For next steps, I challenge you to try this with your own dataset. Take pictures of different objects around your house and build a classifier, or download a dataset from Kaggle and experiment. Also, try different pre-training models like VGG16, Inception v3, or EfficientNet. Each has different strengths. Experiment and see what works best for your use case. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more AI tutorials. Drop a comment below with what you'd like to learn next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.